I've decided with the new year that something fun that I'd like to do is a series of paintings that are inspired or based on some of the classic video games that I played when I was a kid and a teenager. Some of those like Square games on the Super NES, like Final Fantasy, Chrono Trigger, Secret of Mana, those sorts of things. So I'm going to do a series of them. The first one was a Secret of Mana painting of the three playable characters, the main characters. This one that I've started on screen here is Final Fantasy VI. It was called Final Fantasy III in the US. So some of the main characters from that game, it was a huge cast of characters, so I didn't get them all in here, but the main character, Terra, who's kind of a magical person that she's holding like a crystallized form of one of the creatures in the game, and there's a thief off to the right and a kind of a shadowy figure off to the left. So they're all good guys. And then there's a Moogle in the middle called Mog. He was one of my favorites when I was a kid. He was really funny, I thought. So this one's Final Fantasy. In that first video that I did of the Secret of Mana painting, I talked about adapting video game art styles to my own style. So what that means is, like, a lot of the original artwork was kind of, it was either cartoony looking or it was done in another artist's style. So like a perfect example is this Final Fantasy game. The original artist is Amano, was his last name, and he did a lot of the original designs for Final Fantasy characters. Obviously, I don't want to do it in his style. I want to do it in kind of the way that I render people. So again, adapting that first video is pretty applicable here, and I'm sure in the next one that I do, which will probably be Chrono Trigger characters, same thing. Adapting is kind of a tricky thing. But that's in the other video. In this video, what I really wanted to talk about was being inspired by those original games. And I less mean inspired by the art, although that is kind of part of it. Part of it's just inspired by playing the games. There's a lot of imagining yourself in the adventure or kind of throwing yourself into the story, playing the characters, and it's a lot of fun. Certainly now, like if I play a video game, it's kind of the same concept, but I think it's magnified when you're a kid or when you're younger. You really can dive into those in a way that makes a big impact on you when you get older. So there's a lot of nostalgia that is kind of embedded within these games, and that can inspire. Like, I remember when I was a kid, I'd play the games, but then I would also try to draw the characters or, draw a little scene with the characters. So there was that, and then carrying that forward, it's still fun to do that. Like, I had so much fun with that Secret of Mana painting, and I had a ton of fun with this one that's on screen, this Final Fantasy painting. To be inspired by those games, all the enjoyment that you derive, the hours that you played it, immersing yourself in the story and being inspired to create something from that game, from the adventure in the game is really cool. I still enjoy that. It's a fun thing. So I mentioned the artwork too, though. Definitely that's part of it. Like, one thing that I wanted to mention here too is I like to collect art books of games. Like, I don't have a huge collection, but some of my favorites are, there's a book called The Sky. It's Amano's artwork of all the Final Fantasy stuff. It's like 3 parts. It's a huge hardcover book with artwork from all of these Final Fantasy games. And it's amazing. His illustrations are just so beautiful. And I just love flipping through those books and being inspired by that artwork too. I've got a few others. I've got an Art of Mana one that has like Secret of Mana and all that series. I've also, one of my favorites is Art of Tactics Ogre, which was kind of like a strategy game. And the art is beautiful. I don't remember the name of the artist that originally did that, but just phenomenal artwork. I just love flipping through these books. So there's inspiration there too. And even if I'm not directly trying to reproduce the style of those original artists, they still influence you. Like, you flip through 150, 200 pages of a specific artist just kind of studying and looking and enjoying, that's going to have an impact for sure. You'll derive something from that. I just wanted to share that. This painting on screen was a lot of fun. Just sort of trying to create this scene of some of these characters. I mentioned the cast of characters. It was way too huge. I tried to think about some of my favorites from the game to put them in this scene, but I want to say there's like 12 to 15 main characters in the game, or playable characters, so impossible to get them all in, but so that was fun. Maybe I'll do another one with some of the other characters sometime. But I think the next one will probably be Chrono Trigger, which is just, classic. You see that online, people talking about how much they loved that game. That's, I think, the next one that I'll tackle. So thanks for watching this. I hope to see you for the next video.